Freelancing is a beautiful thing, especially for college students and recent grads. And in my job search after college video, I even talk about how important it is to have a personal passion project that you work on to build your experience and skills in your own way, on your own terms. And freelancing is a beautiful way to do that. For the best college and career advice, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every single Monday. In this video, I'll be sharing the common misconceptions around freelancing that I hear the most, why I don't suggest beginners use freelance websites like Upwork or Fiverr, and why social media is so powerful for freelancers. So the first thing, when you go into Google or when you go into YouTube and you type in freelancing or freelancing for beginners, the first thing that comes up is 10 freelance jobs that are easy, or 15 freelance jobs that pay X amount a month that anyone can do. And I want to tell you, like, really upfront, just from my own experience freelancing, that it is really not that easy. You think that, you can just write a few sentences of social media copy or, make a few posts if you're a graphic designer and boom, you'll just have $100 in your bank account. But really, freelancing is 10% or even less doing the actual work for your client and 90% just working on your branding, invoicing, chasing after your clients, doing, the back and forth email thing, and just all of the back end work that goes into having a strong brand, a strong freelance operation, like writing contracts, creating content, all that stuff. So with that in mind, I really don't suggest treating it like it's some easy throwaway thing that you can do to make a couple of bucks, because honestly, that's just gonna be the path to frustration and wondering why you're doing so much work. This was supposed to be easy, it was supposed to be effortless, because you really need to feel in order to be a successful freelancer, you really need to feel like your clients, that people need your service, that they need what you're offering them, and that you can deliver the result. Because if you don't have that confidence, if you don't feel that way, you're not going to be able to show up, you're not going to be able to do outreach and, send your pitch to a dozen people a day, and you're just going to burn out really quickly. So aside from all the other stuff that people say about freelancing, like, oh, you need to be independent, you need to be able to work on your own schedule without a boss telling you what to do, blah, 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 you need to ask yourself, am I bringing value? Is this something I'm passionate about? Is this something that I have a unique angle or a unique lens on that nobody can really do it the way I do it? Because if you can answer yes to those questions, then you will definitely be successful as a freelancer. Okay. Moving on to my second point, which is about why, as a beginner, I strongly recommend you stay away from websites like Upwork or Fiverr. If you're a college student, you might have thought about maybe doing some sort of online tutoring like Varsity Tutors or Wizant, and just, I don't think those are the best options for beginners. When people look for freelancers, when clients look for freelancers on those websites, who are you competing against? All the people who've been on there for years. All the people who have dozens and dozens, hundreds of 5-star bomb-ass reviews, and you as a beginner are put in a massive disadvantage just inherently due to that container and the competition that you're up against. Another thing is the fees. The fact that those websites, they take a cut, a percentage of what you make, which is honestly kind of nonsensical, because like the whole reason you're freelancing is because you want to be able to make money on your terms. So why is this company getting a share of your profits when you were the one who got the client? You were the one who did all the work. It just, like, you can avoid all that. Honestly, from my standpoint, just miss me with that. Now, I want to create a distinction because in this video, I'm mostly talking about like creative freelancers, service-based freelancers who are doing stuff online and not locally. So dog walkers, Lyft drivers or Uber drivers, like Postmate drivers, food delivery drivers, those people are technically freelancers, they're technically independent contractors, but because the competition pool is a lot smaller and you're working locally, so you basically have to be constrained to this certain area, it makes sense to use an app or to use a website to put your services on there as a freelancer. But if your clientele is not necessarily local and there isn't an app for what you do, like for example, if you're a hairstylist or a photographer, there's not an app like there is for Uber or Lyft, so then you have to find your own way to market yourself. And with that, my third and final point. With what I just said, you might be thinking, okay, so if I don't have Upwork, I don't have Fiverr, I don't have an account on one of these websites, I have to go through all the work of creating a website. I need to like get testimonials, I need to do all this stuff, and that just seems like a lot of work, setting up a website and everything before I even get paid. And that is why I really recommend getting started on social media, especially Instagram. If you can ask yourself the question, are my clients on Instagram? Then you should probably get started on there, because that is exactly what I did. I got started on Instagram, and the beautiful thing about Instagram, aside from just the posts and you being able to advertise yourself and deliver valuable information through the posts, is that all the functionalities of a website you can feature in your highlight section. So your about me, your testimonials, your work, your client reviews, all of those things can be housed right at the top of your profile. So when people go to your page, they immediately see what you're about, and it's all kind of there, and it's very aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, most freelancers, when they ask themselves, are my clients on Instagram? The answer is going to be yes. Whether or not you're working with small businesses, like if you're a copywriter or a graphic designer, maybe you're like a web developer, those people work with small businesses usually, and you can find those businesses on Instagram. If you're working with individuals, if you're a coach like me, a hairstylist, a photographer, I know a lot of poets who do stuff on Instagram. If you're a counselor, all of those people can find their clientele as well. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't create a website. If this is something that you really enjoy doing and you want to build a powerful brand for yourself, you want your own real estate online, for sure, get a website, because like God forbid something happens to Instagram and these other social media platforms like YouTube, but it's out of our hands. And your website, your domain is something that you really have control over, and it's basically your house on the internet. So definitely get a website if that's something you want to do. I'm just saying that people often view a website and viewing the hosting and all that stuff as kind of an upfront cost or something that they waste a lot of time setting up when it's not necessarily their focus. So if getting clients is your focus and seeing whether or not freelancing is something you want to do is your focus, really getting started on social media is one of the, if not the best options in my opinion. Because I started my coaching business around the same time I started this channel, a little over a month ago, I want to say maybe 2 months ago, and I've already had several clients just through Instagram, strangers that I've never met before, and it's turned out to be a really, really great experience. And if you are interested in learning more about how freelancing can be a powerful tool for your career, let me know in the comments below, because I love talking about this stuff, and I would love to talk more about Instagram and what I've done as a coach to get started and make my first 4 figures this month, my first $1,000 just through coaching on Instagram. As always, thank you so much for watching this video and spending time with me. If this video was useful to you, make sure to give it a like and share it to someone who you think might be interested in freelancing or is a freelancer but is struggling with some of the things I mentioned. As always, I hope you're doing well. I wish you the best of luck with your career and your professional success, and I will see you next Monday.